What's up, guys? Hopefully all of you are doing well. Today we're going to go over a question that I get almost every time I upload a cake recipe, and that is how to make cupcakes out of cupcake batter. It's really simple and easy. Let's get into it. So here we have our cake batter. Today I'm going to be working with the white cake batter that we made the birthday cake out of, and it is a half recipe, and I'm going to make cupcakes out of it. So I'm just going to take my nice used aged cupcake tins that are so perfect and I'm going to fill my cupcake tin about 3/4 of the way, and I like to use about 3 scoops of the batter. And this is our test cupcake. That's all you have to do is bake 1 cupcake to set your timeline for the rest of them. So now here are the steps written out so we can go over them one by one. Number 1, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees as that is a good base temperature for making cupcakes. Then we're going to place our test cupcake in the oven. And we're going to set our timer for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, check the cupcake. Try not to open the door. If you can look through the window of the oven, see if the cupcake is wet on the top. If it is, reset your timer for 2 minutes. If it's dry on the top, then you want to check it with a toothpick and see if the toothpick comes out clean. If it comes out clean, great, it's done. But if not, put it back in the oven and make sure you recheck it in about 1 minute. Once you pass that 15-minute mark when you're baking cupcakes, you're pretty close to the end because most cupcake batters, depending on the thickness and the type of batter, they can be done anywhere between 15 and 22 minutes roughly. But the only way for you guys to figure that out is to bake that test cupcake on your own. So when you ask me that, I'm not able to tell you all the time, especially if I haven't done it myself. Incidentally, these cupcakes took about 16 to 18 minutes. So that is pretty much the basic answer to that question of how to make cupcakes out of cake batter. You're going to fill that cupcake tin 3/4 of the way, and you're going to test that timing. Another question that I get often about cupcakes is why do my cupcakes dome, or why didn't my cupcakes dome? It just depends on the type of recipe and the formula you're working with, and it's kind of out of your control, especially if you didn't write the recipe. As long as you fill up those cupcake tins about 3/4 of the way, those cupcakes are going to bake up the same way the cake batter would if it was in a cake pan. Now, since we used the white cake batter, another question I got was why did you only use egg whites? It was because I wanted the cake to be as white as possible. So in that case, we're going to have some egg yolks left. Go ahead and use those egg yolks to make some homemade ice cream. I have a recipe for some sweet potato ice cream, a pumpkin ice cream, and a browned buttered pecan ice cream, all of which do not need the use of a machine. Before I forget, I wanted to say thank you guys for bonding with me over my last video when we talked about when life takes a turn. My parents are even enjoying reading your comments too. Thank you guys so much for coming and cooking with me and hanging out. You know I appreciate it. Don't forget these recipes and others can be found at gdseasoning.com. All of the links will be below in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.